Hello. I think I'm live. I hope I'm live. Just try and refresh. I think that all my videos start off with me saying I'm just going to refresh. Let's have a look. And are we here? I think so. Yeah. Okay. Welcome to Let's Reconnect. I have to remember to do this because you do get a lot of glare, like these sort of alien eyes. And I'll just wait till some people come and you can tell me if the sound's okay. I'm hoping it is. Well, anyway, Let's Reconnect live every Friday. It's going to be very relaxed. And what we do is we just feel the frequencies. It's a lovely little oasis in the day. Got my mic on there, so I'm hoping it's picking up okay. It might be quite low, the volume, but I don't want it to be too loud. And we just really take a little bit of time out to be together and connect in real time. Oh, I can see someone's arrived. Let me just see what you're saying. Hello, Sabrina. Good morning from Virginia. Well, good morning. I have to remember it's morning for you. And I've said sleepy reconnective healing because we're going to think about people with trouble sleeping. So you might not want that first thing in the morning. You might be wanting to be woke up. Sound is perfect. Brilliant. That's good to know. Carolina, welcome. Christina, welcome. Lovely. Paul, glad to see you here. Nick, oh, it's lovely that a few of you are starting to know about this, and this will happen if I do it more regularly, and it's just lovely that you're here. So there won't be teaching in these videos. They will, however, be a kind of follow-on from the Tuesday uploads where we do look at some teaching, wisdom teaching. I'm on this journey, I'm learning constantly, I'm just loving it the more we're going deeper, and I've actually started calling it the deepening, you might have noticed, because certainly that's what I felt called to, and I'm hungry for the teaching that's coming through, and it's coming through reconnecting with the mystical source that's at the heart of all religion. So it doesn't matter what religious background you're from or none, you can still come to the well, draw from the well. And what I always want to happen is for there to be a practical element alongside it where we just put it into practice, because we're practicing what we preach. We're practicing sitting and receiving and experiencing the peace, the joy, the love, the light, the sense of connection and the healing that comes from that reconnecting at a soul level with the ground of all being. So that's what we're going to do. We will sit and share some reconnective healing. Let me just say hello, Noelle. Oh, lovely. I'm so glad you made it, Noelle. Oh, that's lovely. I had a one-to-one contact with Noelle earlier in the week. I hope you're feeling well, Noelle. And it was lovely to connect with you. So I'm glad you're here. But currently have a migraine, so really hoping it will help a bit. That's brilliant. You always hope for something evidential just because it makes it fun and interesting for people watching. So that's good to know, Christina, because we'll work on that. You're receiving, we're all receiving, and you've got something to measure it against. So that's great. Somebody earlier in the week mentioned about sleep. About having difficulty sleeping, and that this had become a norm for them. And be careful knocking my ring because I bet it's really loud with the mic. And I thought, well, it would be good today just to talk about sleep, and just asking you really how you sleep. Are your sleeping patterns broken? Do you find that you really just long for a restful, unbroken night's sleep? And I do think that there's something about this busy life, the busyness. I have this little image in my head of these, we talk about the archons, don't we, in the Pistis Sophia, or the little demons that rule this energetic vibrational level. And they're constantly wanting to distract us, to take our light. They want to keep us engaged with their plans and plots. And so they don't want us to truly rest. and connect with truth and with reality and with us. They want to keep us distracted. And I know that on YouTube now they say to content creators, you know, that you've got to really look at your intros, because the first 6 seconds are vital, and if you don't keep someone after that time, you're constantly trying to keep people's attention. My first 6 seconds on this will be rubbish, because I'm always just saying, you know, am I alive? I'm faffing about anyway. But you get what I'm saying, that the pace of life, modern day life, is so fast that we're spinning plates and we're on hyper alert all the time. So to slow down is something that's quite alien and unusual to us, but it's what we thirst for, it's what we hunger for. So this little bit of time that we have together allows for that, and allows us to put our roots down deep. Hi Janet, glad you're here too. Hi Thomas, lovely to see some familiar names and some new names. It's just great. Really glad that you can make it. You know, I just come back from a walk, been on a dog walk, beautiful day here, and I will get started in a second. I just wanted to tell you that I noticed these trees. I've been talking about the trees in the last video, and if you're just seeing the healing video, this live, watching it back on replay, then do go back and look at my latest upload. Be a Mystic, I think it was called. Was it called Be a Mystic or Nothing at All? Something like that. And we showed the picture of the tree and how the roots go down as deep. And they're enormous trees just a little bit further down the road from where I live. And in fact, the tree cutters, you know, the tree surgeon was here yesterday. They had all their equipment and they had to be careful of all the telephone lines and everything. But they were you know, just managing the tree, and they were removing some of the branches that were heavy and overhanging and being dangerous. And I thought there's a little lesson there about how as we grow, sometimes we will shed some of the branches. You know, there'll be some pruning that just goes on. There's stuff that's not necessary that can fall away and that we don't need to hang on to. It's like having a little haircut. But these trees were enormous. I mean, really probably 50 feet more, 60 feet, I don't know, really, really tall. And I was thinking as I was walking, are they really going down that deep beneath the ground? And, you know, above ground, there's all the noise, all the houses, all the building, all the traffic. But deep down, that tree is just solid, stands silent and just holds its place with confidence. It's just beingness is a real, I don't know, it just helps us to ground. I mean, these trees around, and I thought that's what we can be when we go down deep with our roots and just reconnect. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to invite you to do it because we've got quite a few of us here ready to go. And as always, just invite you to be in a relaxed place, relaxed state. Maybe close your eyes if you can. You can lie down if you're able to. If not, just zone out and just relax, really. I don't want to tell you to have to do anything. If you want to, you can hold your hands open like this. Might warm you up a bit. I read your comment, Janet, about how you were sitting watching the replay with your in your cold house with all your blankets on, and your hands were cold at the beginning but then felt really toasty warm. And you said, have you thought about, you know, heating homes with this? Well, yes, I'm sure that there's something in that, you know. I think that Tesla was onto something, and if it came now, maybe people would just want to market it, you know, this free energy thing, but there's something in that. Maybe when we're ready, it'll be available to us, when we're ready as a collective, and we're just tuning in early. So hold your hands just open, in a gesture of being open to receive. I'm already feeling tingles in my fingertips, my thumb here. I imagine that those of you who do this regularly with me will have this entrainment, and it'll just be there immediately, even with just a thought to it, that you begin to feel sensations. And And just be aware of very subtle sensations that you might feel. If you don't feel anything, it doesn't matter. But just take a few deep breaths. In a moment I will probably move my hands around, but you don't need to worry about what I'm doing or be distracted or let that distract you in any way. As I say, you can close your eyes and zone out and just wait, and you'll hear my voice again in 10 minutes or so. But I just like to play and feel the energies and just see how you feel. And for those of you who do find difficulty sleeping, you know, I saw a quote, just while I remember to say this, a quote just the other day from a man called David White, and the surname is Whyte, and it was something like, it's not fear that you have to deal with, but the mother of all fear, or the mother that's behind it. In other words, you know, when we wake up anxious and troubled and we've got things going on in our mind, those things aren't really important, they come and go, but it's what's behind that. What's behind that? And is it a sense of just not knowing how truly loved you are, how safe you are, that the ground of all being is a loving, intimate presence that you cannot be separated from, and you'll always be okay. And knowing that just gives you peace and takes the fear away. So let's reconnect with that and feel that loving presence now, as we share these frequencies. Okay. to remember to just turn the mute button off. I don't know if you noticed when I was holding my hand close here and pulling and stretching, it can feel as though there's like a little elastic or piece of string pulling. It just feels magnetic, like a pull, and I did notice my own fingers sort of twitching involuntary. In an involuntary way, that can sometimes happen. And that's something perhaps we could try next time, that I ask you all to hold your hands and just see if, as I'm pulling and stretching, you're getting twitches too. Let's see what you're saying. Electric hands. I felt it so strongly too, Thomas. It's amazing. Especially when I put my hands nearer the camera then, as if I was touching your face or coming near your face. It was like static. Yeah, powerful. Yeah. Enjoy your video. Hi Rick, just noticed you've arrived too. Yeah. Hi Nick, another Nick. That's good. Christina, is it Christina who had a bit of a migraine? I wonder how you're feeling now. Feeling very calm. I hope you are too. Feeling deeply relaxed. And just that any of you that are struggling with sleep, you know, the teaching and the practice together it's just the elixir of life. It really is. I know that there's sometimes the teaching brings a huge release. Some people might not want the teaching. Some of the things that I say in the teaching videos might not resonate with everybody, but there are a lot of us that are having to, like the tree, be pruned and having stuff to let go of, letting go of stuff that's the baggage, you know. And when you're given permission to do that and just be, it's hugely liberating, and it lifts you. It's a lightening, so it's all part of the healing, the teaching. For me anyway, it has been, and that's what I share. But I also think that sometimes you don't even have to engage with the mind. You can just come and be in the presence, and you're experiencing it. See what else you're saying. Hands were getting very warm. That's Nick. Yeah, that's what Janet said. Very sort of tingly and twitchy. Felt lovely. It is a twitching because it's like an involuntary thing. So I say it is almost electrical. That's a really good way of describing it. Noelle, it was very powerful, Jill. I could feel it so strongly. Toasty hands, yes. That were cold when we started. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm so pleased, Noelle. Yes, that's really good to know. We'll come for maybe I should put in the title hand warming session. Feeling better. I'm glad you're feeling better. I hope that you are, and just keep noticing that. Sometimes, you know, where there's just something, little aches and pains, it can be really effective very quickly. Reconnective healing, you know, like back pain or muscle pain or end headaches, stuff like that. Sounds odd, but I felt like I was right at the front of my body. Not really sure how to explain it. Right at the front of your body. It's interesting, Nick, actually, because one of the things that makes sense to me, starting to make sense to me, Eric Pearl always described it as it being energy, light and information. And he was also told in the very early days, it's reconnecting strings, reconnecting strands. And he did link that to strands of DNA, you know, that we're kind of being, it's a kind of evolution to a higher version of being a human being, you know, the better prototype, the original prototype that we kind of lost. And also what I'm thinking about a lot is this idea of the light body, because I feel as though the sensitivity, the sensations that we have, they're very subtle. So the more that we get used to just being still and quietening down and sitting with it and being patient and waiting and not being distracted or needing stimulus, but just waiting with it, we start to feel into the subtle energies, and we're actually sitting or feeling into our light bodies. We're becoming familiar with trying them on for size, wearing them. So I wonder if that's sort of what you were experiencing there, a kind of almost like an out-of-body thing, but it was also you, but you just felt a little bit as maybe a sort of disorientation in some way, I don't know. I'm feeling relaxed, love, and safe. Good. I'm so pleased to hear that. This is your soul coming home. This is the deepening. And in our sharing it together, we can continue this anytime. You can do that again tonight before you go to sleep. Just take a few minutes, close your eyes and remember being here. Hold your hands, just do the same thing and it will be there again. That sense of being safe, being loved, and you'll sleep deeply. I was remembering that I used to say in my old videos when it was Papilica, I used to say touches of grace upon your day and deepest peace through the night. Maybe I need to start doing that again, because it's a nice sort of benediction, isn't it, when we close the video. I forgot where I was and what we were doing until the sound came back on. That's lovely. I'm never quite sure how long to do it. I imagine we can get quite deep with it, but it just felt, sometimes I just sort of know, look at the time, it's nearly 1:30 now. I think that's a good time for people coming and giving up about half an hour in your day. But you can go quite deep in a sort of 10-minute immersion in these frequencies. It's like having a bath of light and energy and information. We can perhaps come on to that another time, because I think that information is about communication coming through, and so maybe we will start next week with what do I need to know right now? What do I need to know? And we can be open to any guidance on your path, any clarity that you might need. Nick, as if all of my awareness energy was concentrated in my chest and arms. Good. Sometimes you don't know, you see, where the healing is. The wonderful thing that there's this intelligence, and that's what's so lovely about me as the practitioner, not doing any kind of analysis or diagnosis. I'm not saying, I can feel blockages here or there. Don't. You just do the same thing. Just be open to receiving, and then the intelligence knows where to go and what to do. Yeah. Let's have a look. Light body really resonates. Yeah. Yes, very much so. Good to see you and join in. Lots of love. Thank you. Oh, Christine, hi. Christine, that's my cousin Christine, has just arrived. It's so nice to see you. That's lovely. Paul, I felt an opening, healing and vibration around my head. Yeah. I often feel this sort of like tingling around your head, and I just feel there's something going on with the crown chakra when that happens. That is an opening. Yeah. To higher consciousness, to the light stream. In fact, some people like to visualize a kind of stream of light coming down, and that might be something that you find helpful. Oh, you're very welcome, Paul, and thank you, everybody. And it's lovely to see you all here, and I'm glad that the chat's working this week, because I think last week there was a problem, and I could see that there were people. I could see that we had a number of people here, but there was like nothing in the chat. And it was a bit awkward, But I realised later, I read that I think there was a glitch with the YouTube, so it wasn't just us, You weren't just all not talking to me. So I'm going to just say thank you for joining me live. Anybody that happens to be watching this on the replay, we do this every week. I'm going to be here every week. I love the fact that I don't really have to prepare anything. I can just come. I love the fact that I am enough just showing up, and I'm speaking to you as well. We're enough just showing up, because this wonderful resource of light, energy and information is freely available to us all the time, at all times and everywhere, every situation, and we're just kind of witnessing to that by doing this, because we're not making it up. you're not making it when you write and say in the comments, you're feeling something. That's just for our benefit, to encourage us to know that, the more we feel into this, and the more we commit to this deepening, the more we will be aware that we're not alone, we're supported and we're loved, and healing is available to us. So yeah, join me if you can live. To anybody watching on the playback, anyone that's just stumbled over this video, please do subscribe. Teaching videos, wisdom teaching, reflections, just thoughts about growth and deepening. Every Tuesday I'm going to be uploading now, and then Friday we join together and we practice it. We just receive. So touches of grace upon your day for the rest of your day, and sleep well, deepest peace through the night, and see you next time. Now I'm going to try and switch off. Thank you, you're welcome, because I never quite know. I think it's there. Bye bye.